I was asked a great question. When do you use gerunds, singing, laughing, playing? And when do you use infinitives, to sing, to laugh, to play? And you already know the answer. The answer is English is crazy. And the rules aren't very helpful because there's so many rules for the same thing, and there's so many exceptions to the rules. We're looking for patterns. We're looking for the way that people use the language. And that's what we do, we English teachers, when we create grammars. We look at patterns. Well, what do I say? What does my friend say? What did it say in the newspaper this morning? And what did it say in the newspaper 100 years ago? And we collect these patterns of how people have used the language, and then we say, well, that's what the language is. It's just looking. So you and I, if we don't know something, we can look to and we can make a grammar. We can find that pattern. So let's try. Let's find a pattern with gerunds and infinitives. Let's make our own rules because those are the ones we'll understand the best. Come on. All right, let's make some rules. First, we get a lot of examples, and then we start organizing them into patterns. The first big pattern is gerunds and infinitives. Gerunds are red, infinitives are green. Split them up. Then we start looking in each group and seeing what kinds of things we have in common. Here's something I noticed right away. These two gerunds are at the beginning of the sentence. I don't see any infinitives at the beginning of any sentence here. I do notice, though, that like is repeated. Like takes a gerund and an infinitive, and so does dream. So I'll put them together here. We do this for a while, and you should get something that looks like this. Everyday verbs, verbs that we use all the time, and those are good. You'll just know them. Go is gerund. Want is infinitive. Then there's going to be lots and lots of other verbs. Verbs we don't use every day. And you're going to wind up with a very, very long list, and it sucks, but that's what it is. See another pattern here. We have a subject. Gerunds are the subjects of sentences. You could have an infinitive as a subject, to be or not to be, but let's not. That's Shakespeare. That's the Bible. It's really, really old. It's English we don't use anymore. You might find something interesting like this. Here are sentences with prepositions, and after every preposition, I see a gerund. So that looks like a pretty good rule to me. After a preposition, there's a gerund. But I'm only just beginning, and so are you. We got to keep going. And you have to remember, you were probably taught these things before, but you studied them for a test. You didn't learn them for yourself, and so that knowledge kind of went away. It wasn't meaningful. And if you look for a quick and easy answer, you can find lists online, but they're really long, and they're really complicated, and you're going to have to memorize them. And memorizing lists is going to make you hate reading, and then you won't learn. Reading is the key for you to learn English if you don't live in an English-speaking country. And reading can be wonderful, and as long as you love reading, if you learn to love reading, then you can learn English. If you hate reading, you'll be stuck forever. And once you start reading, once you start listening to people speaking, on podcasts, on the news, and when you try it out yourself, when you speak and watch people's reactions, if they keep giving you the same expression, you know, okay, I used the right thing. If they make a funny face, you know, okay, I need to change the gerund to the infinitive. This way you make your own rules, and when you make your own rules, you make your own mind, and that makes your mind strong. So you know everything. So you're going to keep checking your rules and changing your rules because you will make mistakes. I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. Check and change your rules, make your own mind, and keep learning. Good luck.